tired of being strung along? Are you tired of dating guys who say that they want one thing and they're interested in you long term, but then their actions just don't seem to reflect that? You know, tired of just constantly dating a string of guys who actually aren't willing to give any kind of serious commitment or serious investment. And it can be really hard to tell, because if a guy is telling you sweet nothings in your ear, then that's what you're gonna listen to. Well, actions speak louder than words, and we're about to go through several signs that a guy is just stringing you along, and it might be time for you to kick him to the curb. Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Kit, your personal dating coach, and in today's video, I'm gonna go through 4 signs that a guy is just stringing you along, and it may be time for you to just let go. And don't forget, I always love hearing from you, so come find me on Instagram, drop me a message on one of my videos, or if you want some one-to-one, just book a session with me. All right, now let's get into the video. So the first key thing you're gonna notice if a guy is just stringing you along and isn't looking for anything serious is that he only actively responds to sexual messaging from you. When a guy has you and he's being sexually intimate with you, right? So it means that he just wants to keep you around for a sexual option, not someone that he's taking seriously, then he's not gonna invest in anything outside of that sexual realm. And that goes in messaging. So you might message him late afternoon and say, oh, hey, how's your day going? And he doesn't respond to you until the following morning. And by then, that question is pretty much null and void, right? Not only did he not answer your question, but he didn't even ask you about how your day was going. Because that's not in the sexual realm, he's gonna be lackluster in response for that. However, if you text him a message like, oh, why didn't you guess what I'm wearing right now? Wink, wink. His response time goes from 8 hours to 8 seconds. Because the energy of your messaging is one of a sexual nature, he's gonna be all good to respond to that quickly as possible because he's looking forward to having sex with you next. Whereas anything in terms of spending time with you or investing in you outside of the bedroom, you're gonna feel that his messaging and effort is gonna be very distant in that regard. So you can test this yourself. Literally use those 2 examples, see which he responds to faster, and you'll know. Or better yet, there's another really great way to test this. So imagine it's late, let's say it's 10 p.m., right? You're not together. And then let's say he texts you, you know, after a certain time, which is #bootycall. At 10 p.m., he texts you, hey girl, I've been thinking about you. Do you want to come over tonight? And here's how you respond to this. You say, hey stranger, yeah, I'd love to see you. It's my time of the month right now, so seeing you would definitely lift my spirits. And what's gonna happen is one of 2 things. Either A, he's gonna continue say, hey, yeah, come over, let's hang out, that's fine, we can just chill. Or he's gonna find some excuse for why he can't see you anymore. And the reason he does this is because you've openly communicated essentially that sex or anything sexual is off the table. If he's just stringing you along, he's not gonna invest in spending time with you unless it's of a sexual nature. So it's gonna make sense for him to make an excuse and wait until it is on the table. So that's a really good test that you can take away today. The next sign that he might be stringing you along is that he only hangs out with you when it's convenient for him. And what I mean is, it's not that you're asking him, or you should be asking him, to cancel all his plans when you want to hang out, but when we really like someone and we're really looking at investing in them, we actively make time to hang out with them. And if we can't make time, we communicate that to them. So if you ask him, hey, are you free this weekend? And he goes, oh, nah, well, I'm meant to be chilling with my boys on Saturday, and then Sunday is just meant to be a downtime day. You're kind of thinking, okay, out of the whole 2 days of a weekend, you can't spare 2 hours to see me? Now, here's the thing. Of course, we only want to see people when it works for us, but not actively making the time shows a different level of investment as to what he sees you as. So the difference is, if he does have a busy weekend and if he's looking to see you more than just a sexual thing, what will happen is he'll say, okay, look, I've got plans Saturday and Sunday, but maybe Monday morning we can do something, or maybe Friday night I can catch you for a couple of hours. It's not just about shutting down the time in when you ask to see him, but if he can't do that, he gives you an alternative to show that he's at least trying to make some time for you guys to spend together. As I'm sure if you're really into him, you're gonna do the same. This next clear sign that a guy is just stringing you along is that his level of investment and effort with you rapidly declines after you started having sex. Look, in the beginning, guys can be very hot with a girl. They can be very on it with a girl, texting her all the time, trying to plan a date, etc., right? This isn't a good reflection of how serious his intentions are. What is a good reflection is how he's with you after you started having sex. Because let's be honest, okay? The main reason that a guy pursues a girl in the first place is because he's sexually attracted to her. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, if that is all he was looking for with her, no matter what he is saying, his level of effort is going to go down as your physical intimacy goes up. And the reason it goes down is because if you started having sex on more of a regular basis, then he knows that you've become a sexual option, so he doesn't have to make more of an effort with you because he's already getting what he wants. The reason we make more of an effort with someone is because we're trying to get to the next level. But if that's all the level that he cares about, which is the physical level, he's not going to be investing to try and get more. So how you'll notice this is that he doesn't really text you as much. Similar to the first sign, the only time he really responds is when it's something sexual. If he used to plan dates with you like ahead of time, either he doesn't plan them that much ahead of time, or all the dates he does plan are like you coming over to his or him coming over to yours, i.e. putting you both in a situation where sex is on the table. And it's not really focused on, you know, building more of an emotional investment or even just building a friendship and a companionship. And this behavior really does confuse a lot of girls because it feels like a guy is really hot one moment and then really cold another moment. And the girl's like, why is the guy doing this? Which brings us on to our next point in terms of being hot and cold, is that his level of investment only goes up when he thinks he's about to lose you. Now, if he is stringing you along and isn't looking for anything serious with you, he's gonna still want you as a sexual option. So it doesn't mean that what you have isn't valuable, it's just that he's only seeing it one way. Now, if he wants you as a sexual option, if you start to show signs where you're starting to pull back and you're kind of like, I really don't think this is for me, this isn't what I'm looking for, he's gonna amp up his effort with you to reel you back in. He's gonna make more of an effort. He'll start texting you a little bit more and start trying to make plans just to give you enough so that you're back in the position where you are literally open to him. Now here's the thing, no one's perfect. We can all take people for granted, okay? So if you start to pull away and he starts to make an effort, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's only trying to string you along and put you back in the friends with benefits zone. Because it could be a thing of, oh, he didn't realize that you maybe wanted and needed a bit more, so he really is making an effort to try and impress you. What we have to be able to differentiate is that he only raises his level of investment only when he thinks you're pulling away from him. And if he does raise it and you come back, his level of investment doesn't maintain that height. It starts to go down because he's only looking for one thing. And this is why this really confuses a lot of girls when guys are being really hot and really cold, or really cold and really hot again. Because it's like 1 minute he's doing things that I really like and that's kind of what I want for a relationship, but the next minute it seems he's really distant with me and I feel a bit lost as to what's actually going on. And if you feel that a guy is being hot and cold with you, I just need you to take a look and have a think. Is he only amping it up with you when he thinks he's about to lose you, when he feels that you are pulling away from him? Because if you do come back and that thing doesn't maintain itself, then you know that he's only in it for one thing and he's probably stringing you along. Don't fall for the trap, ladies. Make sure you maintain a certain level of standard for yourself, not just in the physical realm, but in the investment, in time, and the emotional realm as well. If you're looking for a guy who sparks up your love life, make sure you subscribe to this wonderful tribe. And as always, keep it slick.
How?